YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. I just gotten back from the movie theaters from watching the new Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie, and this will be a non-spoiler review. I might talk about characters, but that's mostly it. So I would say this movie, like, I enjoyed it, but I can also see why some people, like critics, didn't really enjoy the movie as much as the fans did. And that's like one thing that I want to point out is that, say, like, for people that are seeing this movie, these people, they have done their homework, they have played the FNAF games and saw all the Easter eggs and stuff, even read books like that are part of FNAF. They might have not been in a game, like influencing the game like the Mimic was, like when that game came out, but it's more like for it's more of the FNAF 2 the toy animatronics, which they I'm not gonna lie, they look really good. They look really good compared to the game. They did a good job on that with the animatronics and stuff. And for example, like Mango, I think Mango had good visual effects, because she's not really like she's not like the other animatronics. It's like a spider a little bit. But one thing I also like is the marionette. Charlotte, I think, was it? The marionette. So like the puppet. Basically, puppet had the ability to possess people, basically. And I like how, for like some scenes, like, I can say this because people have been talking about it, they gave the marionette more like a human form for whoever she possesses and stuff. But yeah, the visual effects were, it was alright. It was cool. And I would say, like, the first act was like kind of like, it kind of drew me in. But then when it got to the, I think like kids, they'll like the second act, and like it's like you'll see what I mean when y'all watch the movie. It's like when it's like robot versus robot, like kids like seeing like fight scenes. Like it favors more towards kids for the second act. And I'm not gonna lie, the tone for this was I'll say it was a lot more better than the first movie. The first movie, I would say it wasn't scary at all. It was more like finding Easter eggs. It was kind of like this movie a little bit, just finding like the Easter eggs and stuff. Like, oh, like I'm gonna say like one spoiler, just one spoiler. Like, for example, no, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be non-spoiler. Like, you'll see a certain animatronic that's from a game, you'll be like, oh snap, it's more like that. Like the horror sequence, it was there, but it wasn't there. Like, it wasn't, that's what I wish they would do. Just, it wasn't scary for me. It wasn't like, that's what most people were hoping for this movie to be scary. And I think like people are looking for levels like, I don't know, like Friday the 13th, or like the Freddy Krueger, like or the Conjuring, like those top tier movies that are true horror, or the Cabin in the Woods, like something like, to me the movie felt like, okay, all right, this is about the second game, but it did have jump scares in it. I'm not gonna lie, it had jump scares, but it wasn't enough to like you expect it to come, you know what I mean? But like I said, the toy animatronics, they looked amazing. Of course, they had the withered animatronics in there. They look like in the game, and of course you had your OGs in there. But it was, I just wanted to be more scary, like focus around like that mature audience, because Five Nights at Freddy is, when you think about it, it's not supposed to be meant for kids. Like, it's the audience is not supposed to be kids, you know what I mean? But I'll say it is a movie to where you can bring like your family and stuff, enjoy and stuff. You can, for example, your child will talk all about FNAF, and you get to see the movies, and you get to finally see what the buzz is about, why they like it so much. But there's a lot of like lore around it, and I saw a lot of people like my age, and then of course you have kids, and then you have like parents just trying to find out, like, bro, my kid keeps on talking, what is this thing about? But yeah, I would say like it was decent. It's not terrible as like people are exaggerated in it to be, because I knew what I was watching. I knew I was gonna get what I was getting into, and I was trying to see what people. The second act was kind of like everywhere. Like it wasn't like all of it wasn't like inside the pizzeria. They went out, and it was like, it's different. But you'll get to a scene to where you're gonna be like, man, all these dang animatronics in this dang house, and it's like, it's not as bad as people exaggerate to be, but I can see why movie critics didn't really like enjoy it. It's like, where we go, where's the story going to this point? Like, it's like, why is it everywhere a little bit? But I would say this, for fans, I would give the movie, for FNAF fans, I would give the movie an 8 out of 10. And for people trying to find out what it is, I give it a 6 out of 10 for critics, 8 out of 10 for FNAF fans. Cause you kind of gotta do your homework and research, like what FNAF is, the first game, the second game, and then stay for the 2 post-credit scenes. Like you know what the next one is gonna be about. It's gonna be about the third game where you're William, you know. I'm not gonna get into it too much, but I would say the end credit scene, like, it is pretty cool. I like how they had the rain, and then I'm not gonna say whoever was in that whoever wrapped them in that little, I don't know, I'm calling it a translucent bag, and it was like when you saw the eyes come on, the rain, the wind blowing, that was a pretty cool shots. I like shots like that. Like it's dark, the tone is dark. It's like, when Batman walks on the side, like the edge of like a building, and then he stands up tall and he looks down at the city and stuff, and you hear the music, the wind blowing. Usually it'll be like rainy weather, and he was just aura form. It was like that, the end credit scene, it was kind of like that. But I can see them, it's like they dip their toes in it, and then they take it out, and then it'll be like, okay, I want to make a family movie. It's like, bro, no, bro, go full horror, bro. Like, go, like, it's more like a this could have been or what if type situation, you know what I mean? But yeah, I would give the movie, for fans, an 8 out of 10, and for critics or people that are just trying to find out, a 6 out of 10. Cause you kind of have to do your homework and research and look. Okay, so it's gonna be about the second game, but they changed a little bit of it. And for certain characters, like, do like research on the animatronics and stuff, and the puppet. I would say they lean more towards the puppet, about the crying child, of how her origin came and stuff. I think they did a decent job of the story. Now you kind of know who the marionette is and why she's like this. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mess with the movie. It's a little divided, but it's not as bad as people like exaggerate it to be. You know what I mean? And I can understand why people are saying it's bad, but I always say watch the movie for yourself and see what you get out of it. I'll say do a little bit of research so you know what characters which in that and stuff, because the movie, it was kind of crazy a little bit. You'll see pieces, and you'll see a lot of Easter eggs and that's what all the hype is for. And then like you won't get it from a FNAF person, a person that loves FNAF, from a regular person that's like, what is this? Like, that person would be confused because the other person knows so much more about what this is. But yeah, but for me personally, I give it a 7 out of 10. I give it those brownie points, a little in the middle. But yeah, that's my review of the FNAF movie. And my next video should be about the Game Awards. Game Awards is next week, so I can't really stream it or record the live stream, but I might get a couple games out of it, like a couple trailers that I'm interested in and showing off on the channel. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed my review, and I'll see y'all in the next video.